It is March 14th and it is a rainy day here in Los Angeles. You might be able to hear outside. We have like, it's like, I live in this apartment complex where on the roof, I guess all the water comes to this one point and then it comes like off like a waterfall into just two or three different parts coming from the roof. And one of them is right outside our apartment. So we have turned into a silver lining and we say that it sounds like a waterfall. So we have a waterfall coming right, almost like directly into our door. It splashes a little bit, but since the last update, couple things. I'm getting ready to travel tomorrow. I'm actually traveling every single week for the rest of this month. It's just 3 trips, so it's actually not that much, but I'm preparing. Tomorrow I don't know if I should tell people where I'm headed, but anyway, I'm headed to 3 different places. But what was I gonna say? Oh, so March 10th was Friday, and I think I spent most of the day at home. And that night I went to go support my friend Therese, who was hosting an event in Orange County. And I was proud of myself because I'm still taking public transit, and there is a train that goes from Union Station out to where this event was. It was in a city called Orange. And I'm glad I got to go out and support. And then on the way home, actually the train that I took there was the last train that was happening that night. And I was trying to figure out if I would be able to find a ride back or something. But I told myself that if the rideshare was a reasonable price, I would take that. And I guess in a way I've been taking public transit so that I can save up for these trips where I will have to take a ride share. So it was around 50 bucks, but apparently now they're giving you like a coupon if you call a ride share and they aren't able to find you a ride. So then Saturday I went to the Abilities Expo, and I think they happen all around the country, but part of why I wanted to go, and specifically on Saturday, is that I saw that Lolo Spencer was going to be speaking, and she and I had been like social media friends and then connected through Clubhouse, and we had invited her to be a speaker for a diversity event, and I saw that she was going to be there. And after being in LA for now 9 months, I still hadn't met her, so I thought it was a good opportunity to go and meet her. And so I walk in and it's like super overwhelming. It's kind of like the who's who in terms of disability and disability tech and accessibility. So that part was pretty cool. So you had a bunch of adaptive sports there. You had adaptive van companies, people who are developing technology around wheelchairs, like standing wheelchairs, remote controls for wheelchairs in a bunch of different ways if you're not able to access the joystick. So a fellow global shaper was actually exhibiting there, so I got to go see him. But I kind of weaved my way through. There were a couple people that I saw that I wanted to say hi to, but I had this interesting kind of like semi-introvert moment where I ran into Lolo, I saw Wes, I said hi. Then I ran into Clayton French from Angel City Sports and also talked to him because he and I had exchanged emails. But there were a couple other people that I had recognized. One person I tried to go find afterward, I saw at Lolo's talk, but then I couldn't find her afterward. And then I spotted a couple people from like further away, but kind of like freaked out a little bit. And that's something I'm getting like a little bit curious about, is like, and maybe because I had my astrological chart read, and one of the things that it said was that I'm a projector, so I'm kind of like waiting for the invitation. And if it's like a scheduled talk, I feel more comfortable like going and talking to the speaker. than if it's just like an exhibit or booth or something. But it also made me think about maybe how we at Diversability might want to be there next time and sell some of our Disability to Not a Bad Word merch. Because I did see one other merch store there. So that was pretty fun. I took a lot of photos. I saw some familiar faces. I met some new people. It was great to meet people in person. I might share a carousel of it over the next on Instagram. So Sunday, I ended up going to this thing called Nerd Night, and my friend Andre, who has been hosting it for the last little bit, is actually leaving town for 2 months. So I thought this was a good way to see him say goodbye or see him off. And I found out that one of my friends, Aviva, was actually speaking that night, which was pretty cool. And then another one of my friends who lives in Venice and was trying to build out her community, she also was there as well. So it was nice to have some familiar people there. I think I said hi. I was having an introvert moment. Lots of introvert moments happening these days. But one other predicament that we are coming into is that my phone, previously I had always gotten these 16 gigabyte phones. And then this is the phone that I have had since maybe like early 2022. Yeah, early 2022. Because, but anyway, when I got this phone, I got the 256 gigs, or my mom got me the 256 gigs. And now I am running out of room. So all of these years of using this phone for TikToks and stuff, it is reaching its life. I guess not reaching its life, but I need to go through and start deleting stuff. So I've got a couple stuff in the queue that I want to put onto YouTube, like more vlog style stuff. And then I have some stuff that I'm going to post onto TikTok. So that's where we are. And I was actually supposed to start a small business program today and tomorrow for the next couple of weeks. But they actually came back to me and told me that because I'm going to have all of these absences, it might make sense to defer the program. So I was a little bit bummed out, but it also kind of makes sense because I'm happy to defer the program. I hope it's still around. Given the economic climate sometimes with these things, I'm just not sure. But one of the programs that I am doing this time around, I actually had to defer back from October, and tied in with it is a grant. So I was like, I'm going to do this time around, which means that this program, and you had to be in LA, I'm going to have to defer. So, and it would also be pretty intensive. And now that the news of the book is public, now it's been posted on all the platforms, I believe. I think I posted that on Monday. And it also kind of made me realize that I have a lot of projects that I worked on at the end of last year, 2022, that are only now just going live, or now the information is becoming public. And it kind of makes me realize why I was so burnt out, or why I could recognize or even date back to November, December, January, coming into February, realizing I was burnt out because I had all of these things that were happening. So I think, at least that I can remember, there are still 2 more projects that are going to be coming out that I worked on at the end of last year. So that's some things that you have to work on. But yeah, I'm kind of just reflecting back, and really I spent that month of February just falling back in love with myself, or falling back in love with life, because I was experiencing burnout, taking a break from the book. And now I'm feeling like my creative juices come back in, and taking little small steps toward it bit by bit. But that's all I got. I had blocked off today and tomorrow to be part of this program. So now I'm using these days to just catch up on a couple things, clear out my inbox, and get ready for some travel over the next couple of weeks. Bye, everyone.